Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I'm going to teach you how to work out the exact value of cos sine tan of 30, 40, and 60 degrees. So let's go straight into it. To work out cos sine tan of 45 degrees, step number 1, we just quickly draw an isosceles triangle first, okay, with the side length of 1, okay. So let me just quickly draw a triangle out. So this is 90 degrees and this is 1 and 1. Of course, this is 45 degrees and this is 45 degrees as well. So that's all. So you need to remember this triangle for exact value. Okay. So then we need to work out the hypotenuse. So this length here is the hypotenuse. So you need to work it out and we live in exact form. So this one here is 1 square plus 1 square because it's the longer side. So 1 square plus 1 square is 2. So this is square root of 2. Let me clear this first. So there you go. So all you need to do is just remember this triangle here. And then now we can just work it out from the triangle. So we go cos of 45 degrees. Now cos, remember 3 magic words. So, ka, twa. Now, to work out the cos of 45, so it's ka, adjacent over hypotenuse, I over h. And doesn't matter which angle you're looking at because they're both are 45 degrees. So let me just focus on this, okay? So cos is adjacent over height. So this is adjacent, this is hypotenuse. So 1 over root 2. So the answer is 1 over square root of 2. Now, we just work out sine of 45. So sine of 45 degrees. So sine is so opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite of this angle here is 1 and the hypotenuse is root 2. So 1 over square root of 2. Now tan of 45 degrees. So tan of 45 degrees. Tan is opposite over adjacent, twice. So opposite is 1 and adjacent also 1. So 1 over 1. So the answer is 1. So therefore, the exact value for cos of 45 is 1 over root 2. And sine of 45 is also 1 over root 2. And tan of 45 is 1. So there you go. So if you remember this, that'd be great. Otherwise, just remember the triangle and you work out the exact value from there. So now let's move on to 60 and 30 degrees. So for cos sine tan of 60 or 30 degrees, so we need to remember this equilateral triangle. So let me just quickly draw this out. So that's all you need to remember. So because of equilateral triangle, so this is 60 degrees, 60, and 60 on top. I won't do that because I'm going to split the triangle into half. So the length is 2, 2, and 2. Now I'm going to cut this into 2 triangle. Cut into half. So this must be 1 and 1. And this angle here must be 30 degrees because 60 you cut into half, so it's 30. Then we can find out the perpendicular height. So this one here. So we see just write h here. So h is equal to, from Pythagoras theorem, so the hypotenuse is 2, so 2 square minus 1 square, and square root of that. So 2 square is 4, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So the answer is root 3. So let me clear this. So this is root 3. There you go. So we have 2 triangle, which is the side length is 1, 2, and root 3. And the angles is 60, 90, and 30 degrees. So now we can just work out the exact value for this. So we can focus, doesn't matter which half of triangle you focus on, okay? They both are the same. So let's say cos of 30 degrees. Now cos of 30 degrees is, we're looking at this angle here. So cos of 30, cos is ka, adjacent, hypotenuse. So adjacent root 3 and hypotenuse is 2. So car adjacent over hypotenuse. That will give me root 3 adjacent and hypotenuse is 2. So cos of 30 is root 3 over 2. And sine of 30 is equal to, so opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is here is 1 and hypotenuse is 2. So 1 over 2. So 1 over 2. Now tan of 30 degrees. So if you want to work out tan of 30 degrees, now tan is opposite over adjacent. So 2. So opposite of this is 1. Okay, this is 1 here, of course. And then adjacent is root 3. So therefore 1 over root 3. So cos of 30 degree is root 3 over 2. Sine of 30 is a half. Tan of 30 degrees is 1 over root 3. So if you don't remember this, of course, just quickly draw a triangle out and work out from there, okay? So very simple. And you don't need to remember the exact value if you like. As long as you know how to draw a triangle and work out from there, okay? So now let's work for 60 degrees. So let's say cos of 60 degrees. Now cos of 60 is we focus on this angle here. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 1, hypotenuse is here is 2. So 1 over 2. Now for sine of 60 degrees. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is 2, opposite is root 3. So which is root 3 over 2. And then tan of 60 degrees. So tan of 60 is opposite over adjacent. So opposite of 60 is root 3. Adjacent, which is next to it, is 1. So root 3 over 1. So which is root 3. So there you go. So sine of 60 degree is root 3 over 2. Cos of 60 is a half. Tan of 60 is root 3. Again, every time you work out the exact value, if you do not remember the exact value, just quickly draw a triangle out and to work out from there, okay? Now, I'm going to show you another method. The easiest method is to use calculator, okay? So let me clear this first. So let's say I need to work out the exact value of cos of 30. So I just type cos of 30. But then cos of 30, the calculator doesn't give you exact because it is irrational numbers. So therefore, to work it out, so we need to square the answer. So if we square an irrational number, it will give you a rational number. So for example, if I square my answer, so that give me 0.75. So and I press SD button, it give me 3/4. So you know that cos square of 30 is 3/4. So therefore, opposite of that must be square root of the answer, which is square root 3 over square root 4. But then square root 4 is 2. So which is root 3 over 2. Let me just write it down so you know what I mean. So cos, we know that cos square of 30 from calculator, okay, is 3/4. Then we square root both sides. So this means that cos of 30 degree equals square root of 3 over square root of 4. Because square root of 3 over 4 is same as square root of 3 over square root of 4. But square root of 4 is 2. So therefore, root 3 over 2. So you don't have to remember it. And you don't have to draw a triangle out if you know how to use calculator. Okay. So this is root 3 over 2. Let's put sine of 30 degrees on the calculator. So if I go sine of 30 equal a half. So a half is already exact value itself. So I don't have to do anything. So 1 over 2. Now tan of 30 degree. So if I put tan 30 degrees. So just write tan of 30. Again, it is an irrational number. So if I square it, it should give me a rational number. So this is 1 over 3. SDC, 1 over 3. So tan of square of 30 degrees is 1 over 3. So therefore, tan of theta equals square root of 1 over square root of 3. So square root of 1 is 1. And square root of 3 is root 3. So the answer is 1 over square root of 3. There you go. Now cos of 60. So cos of 60. So equal half. A half is actually exact value already. So we don't have to do anything. Okay, so a half. So cos of 60 is equal to 1 over 2. Now sine of 60 degrees. So sine of 60. See, it is an irrational number. So I square it, it should give me a rational number. So there you go. So 3/4 if I press SD. So therefore, we know that sine squared give me that. So opposite of that is square root. So square root of 3 over square root of 4. And square root 4 is 2. So therefore, root 3 over 2. So root 3 over 2. Tan of 60. So I just quickly use calculator to help me out. Tan of 60. Again, irrational numbers. So I just square it. It should give me 3. So therefore, tan of 60 is root 3 instead of 3. Root 3. There you go. This is how you work out the exact value. So if you remember it, you can just write the answer out. If you don't, two methods. You either draw a triangle out and work it out from there, or use calculator to help you out. Okay. So now, please, I want you to try this one yourself, and either use triangle to work it out, or you can use calculator to work this out for yourself. So please stop the video and work on it. Hi, I'm back. How did you go? So let's go through it together. So if you remember the exact value of cos, sine, tan of 45, 30, and 60, you can just quickly write the answer out. Otherwise, you can use triangle to work it out, or you calculate to help you out. Okay, whichever method, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let me just quickly use calculator to work it out for you. So cos of 45 degrees. So I just use calculator. So I just go cos of 45 equal this. Then I square it. It should give me the answer, a half. So therefore, a half is this. Okay, so cos of 45 square is a half. So therefore, I square root both sides. So that means cos of 45 is equal to square root 1 is 1 over square root 2. So it's root 2. So the answer is 1 over root 2. Then sine of 45 is exactly the same as cos of 45. So which is 1 over root 2. And tan of 45, if you remember the unit circle, so tan of 45 is equal to sine 45 over cos of 45. Okay. Otherwise, just use your calculator and also give you 1. Okay. So the answer is 1. Next one. So 30 degrees. So let me just quickly draw a triangle out so you can see. So we know that for 30 and 60, we just draw an equilateral triangle with units of 2. And then, of course, this is 60 and this is 60. And I cut into half. So this must be 1. This must be 30 degrees. And to work out the perpendicular height, so which is your Pythagoras theorem. So 2 square minus 1 square. So 2 square is 4 minus 1 square is 3. So which is root 3. There you go. Just take 30 seconds to work this out. Then you go cos of 30 is adjacent over hypotenuse. So which is root 3 over 2. There you go. And sine of 30. So sine opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 1, hypotenuse is 2. So it's a half. Otherwise, you can just quickly use calculator as well. So I can also use calculator. So tan of 30. So I just use a calculator if I don't want to use a triangle. So tan of 30 equal this. And I square it. It gives me a third. Otherwise, just shift SD. There you go. So that give me a third. So tan square is give me a third. So therefore, we square root both sides. That means tan of 30 is equal to root 1 is 1 over root 3. So the answer is 1 over root 3. And similarly, cos of 60, I either use a triangle or the calculator to help me out. But after a while, you should remember all these exact value for 30, 60, and 45. Okay, if you can. Otherwise, of course, use calculator or triangle to help you out. So it's a half. And then sine of 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees is root 3 over 2. Otherwise, you just use calculator again, sine of 60, and then you square it. It gives you rational numbers, and then you write in square root. So, or sine is opposite hypotenuse from 60 degrees. Okay? So tan of 60 is equal to root 3. There you go. As simple as that. I hope you got all of them correct, and I hope you to remember how to find the exact value using either triangle or using your calculator to help you, or you memorize all of those. Okay? Either one of those should be fine. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.